Hi, it's Pam. This is lesson 3 as we learn all about becoming an IC in the world of travel. Today's lesson is going to be sort of like a scavenger hunt. The world of travel, it is vast and varied, and the world of people that are interested in travel, they only see a part of what's out there. They see what's advertised. They see ads on TV, they see things on the internet, what they hear from friends, what they see on, or maybe hear about on the radio if they're listening to radio, and or they just hear from experiences from their friends. And so quite often they have preconceived ideas, and they'll say, oh, I would never want to go to, maybe the Caribbean, or I'd never want to go to Europe, or never go to an all-inclusive resort. And they're not really getting the full picture. So after they learn more about it, they might decide, oh, that kind of trip that I just said I would never want to do, I might really enjoy it if it's the right one for me. So I'm going to send you to some websites because I want you to look at these as sort of like an investigator and look in terms of the types of experiences you see, and just the variety of things out there. Now, the internet is great for uncovering facts about a destination. Let's say New Zealand, okay? If you were somebody that said, I want to go mountain climbing and want to be out in nature, away from people, and have some unique experiences, if somebody came to me with that request, if they really like to hike and be out in nature, we might zero in on somewhere like New Zealand. But if they came to me and, they did not want out in nature, they want to be around more people, then, we might, even though they like to hike, we might send them to a whole different destination. So the internet is very helpful. It's not the place that I recommend for a customized travel experience. So the group that we're part of, Gifted Travel Network, which of course I call GTN, they have what we call preferred partners. Now, preferred partners, I'm going to use as an example, Celebrity Cruises. They do ocean cruising around the world. They do a really nice job. And so if you are a preferred partner, that means your company, I know they pay some money. So I know some, money is part of how these partnerships work, and that's okay. But if you're a preferred partner with GTN, that means we as people who are booking through GTN, we have a lot of clout with, for example, Celebrity. And if we have any issues, they are very quick to get back with us because we are preferred with them. And so as an example, when I have had a group going on a trip with Celebrity, and I get some people booked, their representative is very quick to get with me and go, okay, how about your clients? Would they enjoy some onboard credits? Would that help you sell even more rooms? So, it's very nice to have little extras when possible. So I'm going to send you a list of companies. Some of them are, the world is surrounded by water. So a lot of times cruising can make sense for trips. Some of them are big ship cruising. Some of them are expedition style cruising. These are the ships that go into places like Antarctica, and they're very small, and it's more like a scientific expedition. Those are really very interesting. And then some companies do like package trips. And some of those are in the Caribbean, some are in Europe, some are in Hawaii, and they really can make a trip seamless, especially if it has different parts to it. Like, for instance, a Hawaiian trip, if the people want to go in to the island of Oahu and then go to the big island of Hawaii and to Maui, it can make it just smooth. There are what we call DMC, destination management companies, and those are very helpful if you want. They cost a little bit more than the companies that do the packages, but it is a very customized package. And so, for instance, one of my favorites that I work with, Titanium Tours, and they do just Spain, Portugal, and France. But when people want a very customized experience, like they want to go see the small towns in Spain where their family's from, that's who I work with. And so we have some great partners that do those kinds of things. So I'm going to send you on a little hunt. I want you to go and investigate what these different companies do, and it may help you as you kind of think, now, what kind of travel do I want to start with? I would like for you to think of only trying to specialize in just a couple of types of travel. I don't mean destinations necessarily, but types of travel. Like, for instance, do you want to do the big ships? Those are the ships that I think of as, cruises people have actually heard of on commercials. Do you want to do the Caribbean? I mean, the big ships in the Caribbean, those are maybe Caribbean and Hawaii, because those are wonderful ocean-based kinds of trips. Those are great. Maybe you want to do more the guided travel. Those are, I do a lot of guided travel trips for people, and those can be worldwide. Maybe you want to do more the river cruises, say in Europe, or here in the States. So, just be thinking about what do you think you'd really like to specialize in, and I'm going to try to lead you to what makes sense, because that is the common mistake a lot of us make when we start out. We want to sell everything, and it gets really frustrating. And remember, it's tempting when you first get into the travel business to think, oh, I'm going to get these inexpensive trips for my friends. You never, when you start out trying to be cheap, you're never going to get cheap enough for people. They always want cheaper and cheaper. So that is not in your best interest, because they're going to come home and they're not going to be happy. Americans are spoiled. They all have traveled some, and they're just not going to be happy. And so I don't think it's in our best interest to try to go for, inexpensive trips. We need to be raising people up more to what they want and try to show them the great value of, let's bump it up a little bit and invest our time, our vacation time, invest in it and make it a little nicer. Not that you might not start out with something kind of inexpensive, but let's talk about bumping things up a little bit. So anyway, I'm about to send you on a little scavenger hunt. So I can't wait to hear what you think, and we'll be ready for the next lesson where we'll start kind of the next chapter of things. Have fun.